we'll deal with it. And you guys are after avoiding Evernight and some dangers in the Shadowfell, transported to Avernus and spent the evening in Mavathor's Forge. Made your way across the blasted wastelands of Avernus in Mercy's minivan, and have arrived here at the Red Belvedere Casino in the bowels of Avernus. On the hunt for Mercy's current quarry, who she has been directed to bring back to Eberron by House Thrask. You guys had a brief encounter with this same individual in the Moonstone Mask, Windfall, tiefling in service to the dragon goddess Tiamat. And after that combat encounter, she disappeared in a pillar of flames, and you've heard that upon arriving here at the Red Belvedere that she just recently performed in the casino's lobby for its patrons, some of the patrons. And about 10 minutes ago, she's disappeared down into the bowels of the Red Belvedere. The Red Belvedere itself is sort of a entertainment hub, one of the last vestiges of what Avernus used to be under one of its previous overlords. And now you guys are in the lobby here, sort of before this giant statue of a dragon. You can see, patrons milling about in evening wear, exchanging their gold coins or soul coins for the casino's proprietary currency, which is called talons. They're sort of these translucent coins with like dragon talons stamped on the fronts and backs of them. And as you guys sort of are meandering here in the lobby, you can see there are like two large sets of velvet stairs that break off and on various ends of the entrance and lead off into other parts of the establishment. Probably off in the distance, you can hear like the faint echoes of some of the other attractions within the casino. I think you can probably hear the echo of some sort of announcer announcing over some sort of intercom or vocal projection system that is indicating that a nightmare race is going to begin in about 15 minutes. Other than that, you guys are free to indulge in whatever lecherous activities that you deem fit, or you can sort of try and make this about all business and find a way to track down Windfall. I'll leave it up to you guys.
Just as a point of order, so long as I maintain concentration, that minivan's there for 8 hours.
Well, I think one of the infernal attendants went and parked it for you, so they gave you like a ticket stub to retrieve your van for you. There's a valet.
Avernus valet.
Avernus valet. Yeah.
A relatively new addition, I imagine, courtesy of Mavathor.
Well, although Avernus is now Mavathor's domain, I would say that maybe the Red Belvedere sort of has fallen under the radar for some time of even the previous lords of Avernus, and it's probably considered Windfall's domain here for the time being. This little corner of Avernus, yes.
If no one stops him, Lep is just gonna run off.
Okay.
Oh no! Oh no!
Well, while you guys are sort of taking in the sights, Lep, you could make like a stealth check to try and sneak off unnoticed. Yeah. Disappear in the crowd. I know the map here is a little blank, but go ahead.
Yeah. Stealth.
There's a fairly diverse of crowd of mixture of both mortal and infernal clientele. You see most of the patrons of the Red Belvedere are dressed up in minimum noble wear, a lot of evening wear, a lot of sequins, milling about. Everything is everyone's out for a night on the town. The Red Belvedere is the place to be if you know where to be, when to be. Um, 20, I guess, would probably not quite beat a few of your members' passive perceptions.
Yeah. Passive perception 23. I'll make a mention to Murphy. Should he be running off?
Probably not. Can I try and snatch him before he gets too far?
Yeah, you can for sure. If you guys want to, you can throw your tokens down on the lobby, just as a sort of a representation of where you might be at any given time.
Just a few steps behind Mercy.
Do I need to roll something to grab Lep?
You definitely spot him. He gets a few paces ahead, so you can begin with a verbal attempt as you make your way through the crowd after him. He's hard to, even though he tried to sneak away, he's still pretty easy to spot in a crowd.
He is very bright.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lepis, get back here. Where are you going?
To have some fun.
Not by yourself.
Then come with me. Let's go. Catch up, Slowpoke.
Why am I the babysitter?
You don't have to be. That's a burden that you're putting upon yourself,
Literally, the first time I saw this man, he died.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So
That sounds like a very interesting story.
And you do also know that those of you now that would know that Windfall does have a personal vendetta against these two remaining members of your party, Mavithor and Lepis. She's out for her own personal revenge.
Perhaps it's best that we stay together. Yes?
yes, if Lepis wants to make himself a giant beacon of bait, perhaps we should stay close.
Yes, and with a just sort of a flick of his fingers, vortex warp. Get back here.
Aw.
It's a good thing there's no lava pools around. Do any of you want to exchange some gold or soul coins for talons at the currency exchange?
Yes.
I was gonna say that's a good point. Lepis can't do anything without those talons.
Yes.
Well, he could find somebody in the casino somewhere that'd probably trade with him, but
Yeah.
there's plenty of ways to get your hands on some.
Yeah.
But if you want to make some exchanges just straightforwardly, you can do so here in the lobby. How many talons were you looking to acquire to start out with there, Lep?
What would you say is a good amount?
I would say that probably starting off with maybe 100 would be good.
Okay. Lep is gonna go for 300.
300 would be let's see. One soul coin. You can get 300 talents for one soul coin. Otherwise, it's 10 to 1 from gold to soul coin.
Does Lep have any soul coins?
I don't know.
I don't. No.
Do
I
you
don't
have
know
any-
if.
Do you have any on your character sheet? I mean, I'm sure you must have
I-
encountered them,
I-
in your previous
Well-
time in Avernus.
No, he did. I'm just not sure if any were given to him.
Hmm.
But I mean, Can he have one? I think before there was like over like 30 something in the bag.
Yeah,
way back
for
when.
sure.
So
Yeah.
if you let him have one, he'll use that.
I mean, I'm sure at some point, throughout the adventure, you probably pocketed one at some point. So I'd say you at least have one on your person. So you could get 300 talons without having to ask Mavathor for permission.
He'll do that.
Does anybody
Daddy
else
cannot have a loan.
want to get their hands on some talons?
I think Lilith's more interested in checking the perimeter.
Yeah. What are you trying to check for specifically?
Windfall.
Oh, windfall.
Yeah.
Make
Straight to the point.
Make an insight. Make an insight check, I guess.
18.
You hear a couple of patrons nearby still sort of chattering about Windfall's magnificent performance out here in the casino lobby, and you hear them say, you hear one of them say, just to be in her presence would be such a delight. I'm gonna have to find a way to get myself down into Dragon's Pride.
Lilith is gonna approach those people who are just talking, and she's gonna be like, "Oh, yeah. Where is the thing you just mentioned?"
The Dragon's Pride, it's
Mhm.
only for the exclusive members of the Red Belvedere. She points at the big dragon statue. She says, there's an elevator there that will take you down, but you can only see it if you've earned a members-only stamp.
And how do you retrieve one of these?
Well, if you know the right people. Although I've heard if you impress one of the casino's pit bosses, they will offer you a membership into the Dragon's Pride members-only club.
Okay, well, this would be easy. Thank you.
Nicely done.
All right, we got to find the pit boss.
So we can go?
I mean,
Please
if
say
you
yes.
want to. If you want to,
Mercy,
you can.
please, Mercy, let me have some time. Mavathor always says no. I need someone to say yes.
We were told the arena is probably the quickest way to get into the High Rollers Club, too.
Oh yeah, we were.
Yeah, so you guys could learn just through a little exploration, even in the lobby, that the 5 main sort of thematic areas of the Red Belvedere is the Scarlet Coliseum, where adventurers will come and test their might against various creatures that are summoned in, and you can bet on the fights. The Cerulean Hall is where those with high intellect will go and play games that require strategy and skill. The Viridian Den, you can go and just play more traditional casino-like games, dice games, table games, games of chance. The Stygian Maze is a place where you can go and get lost in this foggy, ever-moving maze, and there are your goal is to try and find reward rooms, but there are also challenge rooms that you can encounter, and the Alabaster Racetrack is where every hour or so they hold a nightmare race.
I suppose we could try our metal in the arena.
Each one of these 5 places is run by its own pit boss.
Yeah, let's go talk to the Coliseum pit boss.
So you guys all head to the Scarlet Coliseum together?
Sure.
Before we
Yeah.
go, can I snag someone who works here to ask 2 quick questions?
Sure. As you even are just standing around in the lobby, you can see there are pit fiends stationed about, in like black suits.
Black tie pit fiends.
They got little earpieces in and all that jazz. Sternly standing at the entrances and exits to all the different areas of the Red Belvedere.
That is an incredible image. Thank you for that.
Well, first, I'm presuming that the maze is probably magical.
Are you asking one of the security? Or
Yes,
just asking in general? Yeah.
Yeah, just, trying to get some general information.
Yeah, they say yes, the Stygian maze is ran by Kalen, mischievous vampire. And he does like a vampire accent. The walls are magical. It's ever moving and encased in a fog.
Okay.
Nice. By some fluke, we fail in the arena. I could probably win some acclaim for us in the Cerulean Hall. If that is a direction you wish to go.
Did you have another question, Mercy?
I did, but I'm not sure if it would be more a question of her knowledge rather than a question for this guy.
Okay, yeah. What's your question either way?
About the race track. Are the nightmares considered beasts?
No, I think nightmares are fiends.
Okay.
But I can check. Yeah, fiends.
Okay. Then she's going to turn to Lep and say, let's stick together and check out the arena, and then, yes, I will take you gambling.
Wait, I get that, I do, but the arena's really bloody. And I don't do well with blood. I mean, like, can I just go over there now? You can come with. It's fine. They'll be fine.
Well, it's
Now
already
will
like
be
halfway
fine.
there.
Jim has concerns.
I mean, Mercy, I know you want us to stick together, I do. And I know you want Windfall, and I want that too. But I don't get to have a lot of fun. This should be fun. Please. I would owe you a favor.
Well, she's already thinking of how to turn this to an advantage. Is Mavathor or anyone, can she catch them before they disappear? And just let them know?
Yeah, I mean, they've started moving towards the arena, but...
Okay. Actually, she'll send Jin after, because if they're gonna fight, they're gonna need another person.
Sure.
And she's gonna stay with Lep, because if they want to get into the High Rollers Club, him gambling and drawing attention to himself is going to be a good way to get eyes on them. For better or worse.
So where are the two of you gonna head, Lepus and Mercy? Where do you want to go, Lep?
This area, I'm With
The
with-
the Viridian Den.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Give me a
Yeah.
Thank you, Mercy. Thank you, Mercy. Thank you, Mercy. He, like,
Jin, will
jumps up
you
to give you a
accompany
hug.
the others to the arena?
A nod and a bow, he departs.
Okay, yeah, she's just going to stick with Lep.
All
He
right. Sounds
is
good.
tiny. He could easily be kidnapped, especially in a crowd like this.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
All right. As you guys are approaching the Scarlet Coliseum, you guys can hear sort of jeers and shouts rising from this big open-aired coliseum made of deep red stone, and over the sound of roars and clattering metal, a booming voice is sort of excitedly commentating on a fight that's currently taking place. And you guys, as you make your way in, you know, there's these big stadium seats and big rows, and you see people in the crowd sort of feverishly like betting with each other, and currently in the arena there are three adventurers tangling with a group of big ape-like demons. And as you guys enter, you hear the announcer his voice booming over the stadium, and you see the last of the three. They're like two of the adventurers have already been like knocked into the sand, and you see that the three big apes are converging on the last hero standing, and you hear the the announcer say, looks like a final challenger here is in a sticky situation, and the three apes just leap on him and sort of pummel him into the dust, and half the crowd is cheering, and tough beat, and some bearded devils kind of come out and drag the three unconscious heroes off, and the three apes go off into like a little holding area, and the announcer sort of looks out over the crowd as people are sort of exchanging talons, and he announces over well, if any brave fighters wish to test their mettle against my minions, come and see me in the announcer's booth. And the crowd kind of quiets down, and some people leave, and you guys see standing up in this sort of podium area a red Abishai, wearing like a big purple cape, and he's holding like a golden rod that he was speaking into. He sort of takes a seat in a big, like, high-backed red velvet armchair as he waits for someone to come and volunteer for the next battle.
I think that's our cue, guys.
All right, let's go.
After you.
Avatar will head up to the announcer's booth, and as he approaches, he'll kind of clear his throat to get this guy's attention.
He turns his head and he says, new challenger. Oh, and when he sees you, he stands and he gives like a sort of a half bow. He says, Lord Mavathor. Unsuspecting. I wish someone had announced the new Lord of Avernus's arrival.
Yes, well, I wouldn't want too many people to put on airs ahead of time. Curious, why do you happen to be summoning demons into my realm?
Well, I wouldn't want to be sacrificing our own kind, would I? Why not use the remnants of the Blood War to my advantage? To make some profit. For Avernus, of course.
And they happen to be complicit in these fights?
I don't see how they have much of a choice, and you see there being like chained into these big collars back in their holding cell.
Well, seeing as how it is, it'd be easier for them to just commit suicide and return to the abyss.
Well, there's measures in place preventing those sorts of things. Consider it a punishment for the demons at their disrespect they showed to Avernus.
Fair enough. Well, I'm sure you can guess that the spectacles piqued my interest, and me and my compatriots here would be interested in participating.
You see his eyes go, like, wide with greed. He says, well, this is an unexpected request, but who am I to decline the new Lord of Avernus of his wishes? A new fight can be arranged soon. Would you like to start with the demons and banish them back to the abyss yourself?
Seems fitting, but I would need a promise from you that should we prevail in these fights, that you get us into the VIP.
A more than fair exchange. I will even waive your entrance fee.
Very well.
He turns. He says, "Are these the heroes that are going to be entering the combat with you?"
Indeed.
He says. He turns to the one of the pit fiends nearby, in one of his black suits, and you hear him kind of whisper over. Start letting people know that the new Lord of Avernus and some of his adventuring companions are going to be fighting in the arena soon. Bets are going to go wild with this one. He turns back to his, kind of clears his throat. He says, "Sorry, if you'd like to prepare yourself beneath the Colosseum, I will announce combat shortly."
Are there any rules we should be aware of?
Well, a match will consist of 3 rounds of fighting. The first test of your might will be against the demons, of course. Then there will be an hour for you to lick your wounds should you be victorious over the first battle, and there will be 2 rounds following. The monstrosities which you could encounter are sort of randomized, and he points to like a little button on his throne chair. He says, "You never know what's going to appear."
Fair enough. And should the enemies be incapacitated or unable to fight us in any meaningful manner, will they forfeit the match?
Incapacitating the enemy is how you conclude a round of combat, yes.
But say dominating them with spells.
You can claim victory over your opponents by any means you see fit.
Very well.
It will be difficult because of the same measures that are taken to contain some of these creatures inside the casino, that things that banish or teleport may not work in your favor. But
Nope.
That's all the hints I'm going to give you. We want it to be a fair fight, don't we?
Yes, wouldn't want to let the crowd down. It'd be rather boring if I just simply banished all of them back to the abyss.
I am confident you will give everyone a show.
He'll look to Lilith and Jin and say, ready to get your hands dirty?
Yeah, that's pretty much born for it.
I will assist as necessary, although I am loath to display my ability to such a crowd. But I will assist nonetheless.
Over at the Viridian Den, the walls and ceiling of this cozy corner of the casino are made of these luminescent jade, and see rowdy patrons all gathering around the table games, scaling at dice and cards as they test their luck. You guys see a green-scaled draconic devil moving between the games, idly chatting with players here and there.
All right, Lep. Where do you wish to test your luck?
That's a really good question. I mean, what do you think? I kind of leaning more towards blackjack.
Do you know how to play blackjack?
Yes.
Good enough place to start.
Is that a deception check for yes?
Yeah.
There is actually a few tables of a game resembling blackjack. There's a few empty spots at one of these tables. You do see a dealer doling out cards and people sitting down with stacks of talons in front of them. You notice actually at one of these tables a familiar face, Lep. You see you probably hear him before you see him, but a rambunctious, large, vampiric-looking fellow laughing at the table as he wins a big stack of talons. You hear him say, I've got your number, dealer. He pulls in a big stack of talons.
Oh. Okay. There we go.
It's that guy.
Yeah, Mercy's just gonna let him go.
Lep is gonna join the table with that guy.
As you sit down, he kind of sees you out of the corner of his eye. He says, I recognize you. You're at the Moonstone Mask. Sorry, I don't know if I caught your name, though. What was it again?
Oh, I'm Lep. I think you saw me die.
Pleasure to meet you, Lep. And he slaps you on the back a little too hard. He kind of gives you.
Were with Lilith.
Oh, yes. The daughter of Strahd. I
Who's
think
that?
She's quite fond of me. What do you think? They always play hard to get at the start, you know.
They do? I didn't know that.
What brings you here to the Red Belvedere?
Money, gambling,
yeah.
windfall.
Oh, yeah, Windfall. She's a tantalizing lady as well. I'm actually here myself to see if I can gain a bit of her favor. But that's neither here nor there. Should we play a game together? And he pushes out a big stack of talons out in front of him.
Yes, we should.
How much are you gonna bet?
What's the least amount he has to bet?
For this, probably 30.
He'll bet 50.
Okay, yeah. You push 30 talons into like a little velvet circle, and the dealer doles out 2 cards to everybody. Roll 2d10s for me.
Okay. That is a 9 and a 1.
So basically, you just hit a 21. Or a 20. You just hit a 20. A 1 can count as a 1 or an 11. It's the ace, basically. Yeah. So,
yeah. So, which one?
Cast rolls a 10. And he taps his cards. Hit me, dealer. And he hits 20 as well. The dealer rolls or flips their cards out. They have to go. And the dealer busts. So you win 60, Lep. She matches your little stack there.
60?
He says, I knew you were going to be good luck when you sat down. And Cass gives you like a part of his winnings. He gives you like 50 more talons.
Oh, nice.
He says, back at the Moonstone, it didn't look like you and Windfall were necessarily on good terms. What did you do to raise her ire?
I mean, she did kill me, so I thought that was kind of obvious.
Yes. You know what happens.
Yeah, it does. I don't know. A lot of people don't like me, so I guess she's just one of them.
You seem like a perfectly lovely fellow to me. I don't see why you feel this way about yourself.
Oh, say that to Maverick.
I mean, look, you brought me good luck already.
Well, yeah, but I obviously don't bring them good luck. They don't they always have to revive me and heal me.
They must like you enough to bring you back to life. That says something, doesn't it?
I don't know. Maybe.
Every time somebody irritates me and I murder them, I make sure that they don't raise from the dead. I'd say that's the number one sign in knowing whether you have a true friend or not, if they bring you back from the dead.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Maverick is just hard to read. He doesn't talk about his emotions very much.
And she sort of, he kind of, leans over and lowers his voice. He says, yeah, what's up with your antisocial friend over there? Why is she just staring at us like that?
Oh, Mercy, come say hi.
She has been standing behind you, kind of just acting bodyguard. Big, tall, intimidating.
Yeah.
Just watching.
He kind of turns and looks at you, Mercy. He says, you're an impressive woman. I saw you fight back there at the Moonstone. That's an interesting weapon you carry. I've never seen anything quite like it.
She just kind of looks him up and down. And is this more of your empty attempts at flattery?
Well, I wouldn't say they're empty attempts, but I can see that maybe my charms are not to your particular tastes. And that's okay,
No, you're barking up the wrong bitch here.
Yeah,
Find your fun elsewhere.
You win some, you lose some. You see, Lepis, just try again,
Yeah, we're just taking no.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Hopefully I'll have better luck with the Windfall. Hopefully we both will, and she doesn't kill you again.
Yeah, it was bad the first time. So I hope it's not.
You might want to try your luck before she's dead.
Does Lilith happen to be traveling with you still?
He's obsessed with her.
Are you gonna try and flirt with her again? Or what was it?
Oh,
empty?
just making conversation, you know. You guys were together.
I don't know much about it, but I don't know if that's a good idea.
Okay, well, I won't pry too much then into your personal affairs. Dealer, another hand, and he bets more.
Oh, yeah.
As you guys are sort of meandering around in the Viridian Den, you can you see like some of the suited devils. They like hear something in their earpieces, and one of them goes and speaks to the pit boss here in the den. They wander over to the Abishai, and the Abishai starts going around to the different table games and whispering to people. And you guys start to hear that soon in the arena that the new Lord of Avernus is going to participate in a Colosseum battle. And as people start to hear that, some people start to kind of make their way out of the Viridian Den towards the Colosseum. Why don't you we'll do one more hand of blackjack here before we head back over there. So what would you like to bet this time?
Oh, how lucky do I think I am? We're gonna bet 200.
Oh wow! All right, give me a
200. Okay.
give me a 2d10 roll.
Oh God. Okay. A 3 and a 1.
So you got
So
a 4.
a 4 or
Cass has a 12 in front of him. He's, come on, dealer, you can do better than that. And he asked for another card. 19, 20, or wait, 19, 21. 12 plus 9, that's 21, right?
12 plus 9?
Yeah.
Blackjack! See, I told you were good luck. So if you want to hit, go ahead.
Yeah, so that's 4 or 14, right?
You can hit until you bust or stay, basically, yeah.
Okay.
So 14, yeah, if you use it as an 11, yep.
Yeah, so... Okay.
17? You want to go one
We're
more?
gonna hit.
Oh, blackjack.
Okay. Okay.
The dealer pushes 200 talons out in front of you, and another Cass had made another big bet as well, and Cass slides another 100 over to you.
So he got 300 in total from that.
Yep, yeah.
Okay, he just
And,
doubled what he had.
Yeah, good. You guys are still hanging around in there. How long do you want to play for? Do you want to try any other games, or?
Oh, Lep is gonna go. If Mercy will let him, Lep is gonna go around the whole place.
Okay, cool. All right, so back over at the Colosseum, the stands are basically beginning to fill to the brim. You can hear like drums now beating beneath the in the bowels of the Colosseum from somewhere, and the announcer sort of comes over and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, and friends and foes and fiends, devils, tonight we have a spectacle that I was not expecting. Our new Lord of Avernus has come." I'm still doing Cass. It's just gonna be... I'm just gonna be stuck in a Barovian.
Ladies and gentlemen, our new Lord of Avernus has come. Are you ready to rumble?
Cass.
Yeah, there we go.
Cass would
Essentially.
probably make a really good announcer here. Bit too flowery, maybe, but
I believe in you.
Our new Lord of Avernus, Mavathor! And there's people in the stadium are like cheering, and you walk out from this tunnel, Mavathor. And competing with him today here in the Red Belvedere, we have Lilith from the Shadowfell. And people are sort of cheering and shouting as you come out. What does your entrance into the stadium look like, Navathor? What do you stoically sort of stride out to the center of the arena floor?
Yeah,
we're on this map.
What's that?
We're on this map.
Yep.
Where?
Oh, you guys will stride out to the center.
Oh.
So
there
just
we
drop a
go.
token somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here.
There we go.
Yeah, since his crown apparently emanates an aura of dread and power, he'll make sure that the crowd can feel the power of it washing over them.
Nice. The crowd kind of goes silent as you stride out, and you hear people whispering in wonder. And Lilith, what does it look like when you stride out to the arena?
So before she strides out, she's gonna use her pendant to turn into a swarm of bats, and then she's gonna dispel it as she gets to the center.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the crowd just goes nuts out of their silence and cheers as you burst into your human form out of a swarm of bats. The announcer says, "Oh, it looks like these heroes have more tricks up their sleeve than the usual challengers." Then he says, "And the final combatant for this challenge, the masked man, seemingly a master of shadows, possibly from the Shadowfell himself, Jin." How do you come out, Jin?
He follows just 2 or 3 steps behind Navathor. No fanfare, no nothing. Just quiet confidence. A statement in itself.
And then announcer sort of stands at the railing's edge. He says, "Give it up for your challengers for this battle." And the crowd's just cheering and says, for this special event, all the bets you place with the house will be tripled if your combatants win the challenge. And if you bet against these challengers, you'll be earning a 10-to-1 return. We're not gonna make this easy for them, folks. And their chains are rattling from the Balguras off to the side, and the announcer holds his hands up in the air and he says, "Well, combatants, are you ready for your first battle?" And the crowd cheers, and he lets his arms down, and they release the shackles of the Balguras, which charge into the arena, pounding their fists in the sand. Why don't you guys select your tokens and roll initiative? You see, the announcer's keeping a keen eye on the battle. He just continues to sort of narrate the battle, like he's been doing this a long time, and he says, "Looks like our masked man is about to strike," as he's already sort of picked up the flow. Jin, go ahead.
Yeah, he'll probably hide the fact that he's a magically proficient person, but he'll pull out the penumbra and shoot this one. PTO.
Your gun kind of reverberates through the stadium. The announcer up top, he says, "Oh my, look at those sparks fly!" As your shot just goes right into the first beast.
30 hit
Yes, yeah.
for a whopping 12 points of force. 19 hit.
15 or above will hit on these creatures.
All right,
We'll-
second
we'll-
shot.
We'll keep it easy.
11 points of force.
11 more force as your 2 shots go into the demon. The crowd cheers as you blow 2 holes through this demonic entity.
And very quietly, he will start humming a tune. Light song.
Mabathor? You want to move? Do you want to move or anything, Jin?
No, he's fine where he is.
Yeah, so to start off, I don't have the token anymore, but he will go ahead and cast spiritual weapon at. Just need to check the level on this to make sure it's correct. Yeah, he'll do it at 3rd level. And he'll attack number 3 over here. 24 to hit, so... Oh, I think they might fix the thing, but yeah. So it does 8 damage, and he'll go ahead and use one of his divine smites. I'll add 3d8 radiant damage, so 17 plus 8, so 25 points of damage.
$25, you said?
Mm-hmm. And as his action, he'll move up and attack with his gauntlet. He uses the same thing. So, he crits, of course.
The announcer.
Bye.
Out of the gates, impressive maneuvers. The new Lord of Avernus representing Asmodeus. Coming out hot with that spiritual weapon.
Yeah. And then he'll use the smite, the burning smite. So it does 19 points of damage.
Nice. These demons are in for a rough evening, it looks like. We're not even gonna put them back in their pens. They're gonna go right back to the abyss, folks.
And that'll be the end of his turn.
One of the demons, the one that you just blasted with your smite, will make a couple of fist and bite attacks against you, Mabathor. 2 fists just clattering against your shield, and they try to just bite onto you, and you're able to just like push their face away with your gauntlet as they try to grab onto you, and they almost slip in the sand as they're trying to attack you. And Lilith.
Okay, Lilith is gonna go for that same one. See if she could just get this one out of the way. And she's gonna use Dark Sister. It's a 20 not nat for 11 piercing and 3 necrotic. And then with her offhand, she's gonna use her dagger, which is a 14 to hit. Probably not.
14 just misses, yeah.
Okay. And then she's going to use Dark Sister again. That's a crit. For 19 damage. Yeah, 4 necrotic and 15 piercing.
My, that flurry of bats has turned into a flurry of blows. Look at her cut that thing to shreds.
She
And,
flips her hair a little bit after the last one.
One of the demons falls in just like a pillar of black smoke. It returns to the abyss. And the crowd cheers. One of the Balguros charged towards you, Lilith. Let's look at how her defenses are now, as one of the demons charges towards you for a bite and 2 fists. What's your AC right now?
I believe it's 17.
All right, 2 of the attacks hit as the beast sort of clamps onto you and bites, for a total of 10, 20, 30 total. 30 total damage.
Okay.
That looks like it stings. And
She's gonna spit blood in its face.
The other one over here will charge down towards Jin and do the same flurry of attacks. Jin, what's your AC currently?
Standing pretty at a 24.
Ooh. The two, as you're sort of engrossed in your song there, the first 2 swipes just go past, but then his big maw comes and bites down on you for 12 piercing damage.
The second hits, Jin sort of bends to the side. AC 30.
Okay.
Or sorry, AC 29.
Yeah. The announcers, as it's coming towards you, says, "Oh, it looks like he's gonna get a..." And then your shield sort of flashes out, and he says, "Oh, denied!" And and you're up again.
Let's see. I will take a attack action and replace one of my attack actions with a shocking grasp. 14 probably misses.
It does.
Unfortunate. Bonus action, I will fade into shadows and reappear over here. And we will shoot this one at disadvantage because I'm... Or sorry, can I move over here so it's not disadvantage?
Sure, yeah.
13, also gonna miss. Last turn.
It looks like our masked man is struggling, but keep your eye on that one. Mavathor.
Right. Yeah, he'll move his spiritual weapon here and attack this one. For 14 force damage.
The Lord of Avernus comes in with another fierce blow from his spiritual weapon.
And, yeah, Lilith took damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He'll place his hand on her shoulder and cast Cure Wounds at first level. So she regains 8 hit points, and as part of that casting, she can make an attack against this one.
Dope. Okay. 8 piercing for necrotic. She rolled a 29.
Our new lord displaying that authority granted to him by his god. Looks like they're gonna make quick work of this first round. We're gonna have to make it more challenging for them next time, folks. Lilith, you're up.
Okay, she's gonna do the same attacks as last time. So that's a 20, an 11, and then a 26. We have 7 piercing and 4 necrotic, and then 6 piercing and 1 necrotic. So 18.
18. You can tell our Lady Lilith has put in her practice with that elegant blade. Anything else, Lilith?
No, that's her turn.
All right. The one there before you will make some attacks. The first 2, as it just swipes over your head, almost like it's trying to distract you. Then it comes down with a bite for a natural 20. A total of...
Silvery barbs.
Just in the nick of time, you sort of move your shoulder away, and its teeth just clap down in front of you, and its other fist, it just tries to punch right past you, and it can't get a hold of you as you twirl around with Dark Sister. The other one down below you, Mavathor, will come from behind, and one of its... You said 24 right now, right, Mavathor?
25.
Oh, 25? This one's the same. It's kind of grabs onto your shield, and it's trying to push it out of the way so it can strike you, and gnaws its teeth at you, and you just hold your steady ground there with this demon trying to jostle you out of your sturdy stance there. And Jin, you're up.
Oh, before I forget, Lilith's gonna give that advantage to Jin.
Oh, nice. The announcer over the stadium says, I see a precise shot coming here from that last round of attacks that our masked man missed. Let's see if he can center himself. $16 and... What's the other damage?
But you might be muted.
Mike auto mutes me for some reason. I don't know why. That was the first shot. That was just super advantage.
Oh,
so I
gotcha.
had 27.
Nice. There you go.
The second shot, I'll steady aim to also get advantage. Same guy, same kneecap.
There you go.
All right. And we will banish him from existence with a very satisfying one.
You're going for the one below Mavathor, right?
No,
the blue guy?
Yeah, the blue guy.
Okay, blue guy. So what's the
And,
total?
we will...
10, 20, 36, 37, 38, 39? Okay,
30,
yeah.
33 plus, we'll blow a spell slot, a third level spell slot to get 6 more.
Nice. Yeah, you vaporize the creature's head, and in another pillar of black smoke, the demon is banished back to the abyss. And the crowd cheers, and the announcer says, "Ah, that's more like it. That's a satisfying hum that weapon the masked man has makes."
I give Lilith a sort of jaunty little salute.
Mavathor.
Alright. Yeah, I'll try to finish this one off. Spiritual weapon attack for 12 force damage. And yeah, he'll go ahead and swing his gauntlet. 15 to hit. For yeah, he'll use another smite, so for an additional 16 damage.
your spiritual weapon strikes the demon, and you hear the announcer say, "It looks like the Lord of Avernus is going to give him the 1-2 punch." And as he with he's saying punch, you connect with your gauntlet, and the demon just flashes up in a pillar of black smoke, and the crowd cheers, and you hear the announcer say, "Well, I hope nobody bet on the demons." And the crowd's kind of cheering because probably everyone in the crowd won some money on this round. He says, "As customary, we're going to give our heroes, our combatants, our champions to be an hour of rest before their next battle. So come back for more, but don't forget to head to one of our other attractions here at the Red Belvedere and win your talons." And the crowd cheers, and a lot of the people stay in their seats. They don't want to miss the next round of battle. And you guys are allowed to return into the Coliseum to have a short rest and wait an hour for the next battle to begin.
Yes, short rest. I'd like arcane recovery. Back some spell slots.
And if anyone needs to grab a drink or something, go ahead. I got to get up for like 60 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Back over in the as you guys head back into the bowels of the arena, did you guys want to interact with each other at all?
I think Lilith goes up to Mavathor, and she goes, Can I speak with you for a moment?"
Of course.
When you first felt the connection to Asmodeus, did he show up in your dreams or give you weird visions in your dreams?
I can't say I distinctly remember any dreams that he sent me.
This weird dream the other night. I think possibly the Raven Queen was trying to connect to me. So I had this weird birthmark on my shoulder. I don't know if it's connected in any way, but it's of a raven. And maybe it's all just coincidence, I don't know.
Might be worth investigating. I mean, if you can find a way to reach out and talk to her, I don't see why not.
It's true. How do you usually contact Asmodeus?
Well, since I'm an Archduke, that means I get to talk to him on a somewhat regular basis, giving him
That's
updates on Avernus, but to an uninitiated in most religions, you'd be required to seek out a high priest of that religion in order to know that you're speaking at least somewhat directly to any given god.
Seems they have some research to do.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't help you in that department. At least I don't know any worshippers of the Raven Queen.
I appreciate your help, nevertheless. And then she's probably just gonna sit down and take a breather.
As your winning streak continues, Lepus, the two of you over in the Viridian Den, as you guys are still sort of there at the blackjack table, Cass has been just kind of chatty.
How badly do I want to strangle him?
Well, I mean, you do see that it only took 2 hands for him to dramatically increase his betting. So I think probably at this point some of his fey nature is about to kick in. I guess it probably already had on the way here.
Oh, I meant strangle Cass.
Oh no, he's taken your point. Duly noted. You actually,
good.
You saw him take out like a little black book, and he like wrote your name in it, and you see him write like, "Don't flirt with that bitch."
She'll just smile at that.
He like underlines it twice, No, and he writes underneath, "No, she give you no mercy." Yeah.
Eye roll. How much has Lepus won at this point?
Yeah.
While their battle's been going on, I guess you could just give me like a luck roll, like a D20 roll up to see if you won any more hands. I'd say like if you roll a 15 plus, you can add your charisma modifier to it.
Oh, charisma modifier. Oh. Okay. It couldn't be any other modifier? Given that his charisma is a +0.
Do you have like guidance?
I do.
You can roll a d4. You can use your guidance.
Yeah. So I'm adding 4 to this. Okay. Well, good. That's 14.
You've played a couple more hands with Cass, but you've just kind of broke even. So you haven't lost any, but you haven't won any more as you've been playing here.
You wouldn't let me use my inspiration to roll that again, would you?
Yeah, no, you can use your inspiration on whatever you want.
Yeah, I feel like this is important enough to left.
Before you do, how much have you bet? We'll establish a number here.
All of it.
All of it?
Yes.
How much do you have?
680.
680. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
There you go.
That's 19. 19.
Give me a sec here. Cass has been doing well as well. It seems like you have been his good luck charm so far. As you guys have been winning, and Cass, as you guys continue to win, gets a little more louder, a little chatty every hand he wins, and eventually this green Abishai comes over, and they say they kind of wring their hands together, and they say, "Oh, it looks like you two have been doing very well over here. My name is Rezrin, and I'm the pit boss at the Viridian Den here. I'd like to congratulate you on your good fortunes and luck."
Oh, thank you. I'm Lep.
A pleasure to meet you, Lep, and we've spoken, Master Cass, of course, already. You're just on a hot streak here. I was coming over to let you know, Cass, that you've been requested your presence down in the Dragon's Pride. It seems that you've earned your way in. Seeing as you're on a bit of a lucky streak as well, Mr. Lep, I could offer you the same gracious invitation if you'd like.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Can my friend come along? Oh no.
Although they haven't really been participating in the frivolities. Membership to the Dragon's Pride is earned, you see.
Oh. Okay. Well, bye, Mercy.
Hold out your hand for me, will you?
He holds out the one without the mark of Vecna.
And you, Master Cass, as well. And Cass holds out his hand, grinning, and the Abishai briefly wraps his big gnarled claw around your wrist, and you feel like a slight tingling sensation. And when he takes his hand away, there's like a three-fingered claw kind of etched into your skin. It kind of dazzles and shimmers as you turn your wrist around.
Ooh.
Now you have full access to the members-only club below. The Black Dragon statue out in the lobby should be translucent to you now, and you could take the elevator anytime you please.
Oh, thanks.
And, Cass says,
Allowed bodyguards with them?
I'm sorry, if you don't have a stamp, you can't go down.
It's okay, Mercy. You can just go tell the others. I'll wait by the statue.
Cass says, well, my new friend, would you like to check it out with me? I hear that there are some luxurious baths and a wonderful bartender down there. I've been dying to try some of their libation.
Yeah, let's go.
Question.
Yeah.
While Cass is distracted, could I possibly try to pickpocket him?
Sure. I would love that.
Please. Please work for once. Please.
Hold on, I gotta pull up Cass's character sheet here.
Hooray.
What are you feeling around for?
I really want to take his black book just to be that person.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I'm
His little
tempted to
diary.
take some of it. Yes,
Alright.
I'm tempted to try and take some of his winnings to try and sneak my way into the High Rollers Club, but I have a feeling that won't work.
You can choose one or the other.
Go with the book.
Oh, that's a tough
Diary,
call.
diary.
All
Found it out in
Yes,
the diary.
I think I have to take the diary.
right.
We need to know whose phone numbers are in there.
So roll a flat d20 for me.
Oh, okay.
So as he stands up and he collects some of his talons, his cape kind of swishes to one side, and you just kind of slip your hand in there and peel out his book. As far as you can tell, he didn't seem to notice.
Okay.
Before we even talk about what kind of stuff's written in there, I will say that you just earned a secret.
Ooh.
We'll count Cass's book as a secret.
Yay. And then I want to say one thing to him before they leave.
Sure.
She's just going to give kind of a sweet smile and lean in, cupping his cheek in a hand, and just whisper in his ear, if anything happens to him, I will show you tortures you do not understand. And her claw will just drag a thin line of blood on his jaw before she steps back and turns to Lep.
He like
Well, you have fun. I'm going to go join the others.
Thank you.
as you're
Tell them I said good luck.
as you're kind of walking away, he like takes 2 fingers and he wipes his cheek and he kind of tastes the blood and then he claps you on the shoulder, Lep, and he gives you this big grin and he says, "See, my friend, I told you they always come around. Let's go."
How many
I need
talons
to
does he have?
diary.
What's that?
How many talons does he have? You didn't tell me.
How many talons does Lep have, or?
Yes.
Oh, you doubled whatever you had, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
You and Cass head towards the big black dragon statue, and what was once the solid statue now does appear translucent to you, and within the stone, you can actually see there's like a platform that slowly levitates between this floor and the one below. And you and Cass step on, and you descend down into the bowels of the Red Belvedere. As it makes its way down, you see like lavish couches surrounded by low tables and this kind of dimly lit lounge. At the center of the room, there's this circular bar, and there's liquor bottles on the shelves that flash with colors in time with like the faintly playing jazz music. So like the bottles are like putting on a little light show to the music. There's like a frosty blue devil pouring drinks behind the bar. And there's like a couple of devils lounging around at tables, and you see a set of the black suited guards at the far end of the room. There's a couple other rooms. It looks like you can kind of see through the door of one, and it looks like there's just covering the walls, hanging from like hooks and things, extravagant pieces of jewelry. Like it can be purchased. You see like a what are they called? Rakashka, Reksha.
Rekshasha?
Rekshasha, yeah, you see a Rekshasha. Kind of like cleaning a like a little row of shiny big jeweled rings, and you made it down there real quick.
Yeah, Lex grabs Cass's hand and is gonna run over to the bar.
Yep. Yeah, the two of you go and take a seat, and you guys are kind of looking around. The bartender kind of swings your way, and you can kind of feel the cool air coming off of him. And oh, newcomers, what'll it be, friends? I just whipped up a new concoction, if you like. I call it Blazing Bloody Jack. It looks like it might suit you, friend. And Cass says, "Yes, why don't you pour us 2 of those, good sir, for me and my new companion here."
Yeah.
And he says, "By any chance, is Windfall around?" Yeah. The bartender says, "Oh yes, I'm sure that she'll come out to greet you shortly. She's just resting in her chambers after the performance, as she always does." And you guys are given this drink. He whips up a couple of these cocktails. You see like these motes of coagulated red juice are sort of suspended through this amber-colored liquid. You give it a little taste, and it's both sweet and a little spicy when you consume it.
Ooh.
And it also functions as a potion of heroism, so you gain 10 temporary hit points as well.
Even more temp HP. Yay.
And you are also under the effect of the Bless spell.
Ooh. Okay, awesome.
That'll last for 1 hour.
Yay.
All right. As the next round of combat is drawing near, Mercy, you head back to the Colosseum, I guess.
Yes.
You can see that the stadium's sort of packed with spectators, and there's a couple of bearded devils like raking the sand, preparing for a battle, making the arena nice and fresh again. You don't spot any of your companions.
Well, I know they were looking to join in. So, could I just, ask someone?
Yeah, you could ask somebody.
I mean, Mavathor at the very least would sure be to be noticed.
Well, they're sort of in a like a like a gladiator's sort of like waiting room beneath the arena currently. You could, I guess, make like an investigation check to see if you could find like a secret way to make your way down there unnoticed.
Sure.
Seems reasonable. Yeah, amongst the sort of chaos of the Colosseum, you kind of are hearing about, and you see, everyone is sort of speaking about the last battle and talking about the combatants, and you see there are many like holes that lead down into beneath the stands, and you can give me a stealth check as well. I'd say you could make it with advantage.
Yay. Doesn't matter. I have hide in plain sight, but that won't help me here.
No, it's okay. You see the kind of looking around. You look up at the announcer's booth, and there's this red winged fiend up there, but he's sort of turned and speaking with the two guards that are up top, and you kind of drop down over the ledge and disappear into the shadows, and you kind of make your way through this little bowel, this little complex in the bowels beneath the Colosseum, and eventually you find this sort of room that's like lined with weapons and these long stone benches, and you see Lilith and Mavathor and Jin down there below.
She's just going to walk in. Oh, glad you're all doing well.
I suppose that's one way to look at it. I mean, wait, where's Lep?
Well, he won a lot, so he won a lot. Be prepared for him to tell you that extensively.
Mm-hmm.
Along with Cass, they got taken downstairs. I was denied since I was not betting. However, Lilith, you may be interested in this. And she just holds up the little black book and kind of waves it.
Is that this?
Mr. Cass? Why, yes. Some very interesting notes in here.
She holds out her hand.
DM, is Cass a name I'm familiar with?
I can't really, off the top of my head, think of any good reasons why it would be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah, she's just gonna hand it over to Lilith.
Okay, Lilith's gonna take a peek through it.
Okay, you know, like in high school when you have a crush on somebody and you, like, in your notebook, you know, like you write their name and there's like little hearts around it or whatever, you know? It's kind of like that, but it's got like little blood droplets coming off it and little bats, like, you know, kind of drawn around. You know, that's like the front. That's like the front. You know, the front page or whatever. But there's some other stuff in there. There's nothing like really too incriminating. It seems to be like, you know, a record of his exploits with the ladies of the planes, the realms. You do see, like, there's a ledger in the back of transactions that he's made with, like, maybe other important lords of the Shadowfell. So, like, you see that he's done some deals with Strahd in the past.
Makes sense.
For different things. And I'll have to think a little bit about, like, what the secret might be of the book, and I'll think about it and I'll let you know. But it counts as a secret.
Awesome.
He is not as perceptive about his things as he would like to think.
I think something that maybe stands out to you is, outside of, like, people he's had romantic relationships with, there's a different list that's a little more distinct, and you believe that maybe it's a list of people that he's turned to a vampire, and at the bottom of that list you see Windfall's name.
Okay, well, this is very interesting. I think Windfall might be a vampire.
Maybe that's the secret.
And she's gonna hand the diary back to Mercy so she could read it.
That would be interesting, and this might perhaps give us some leverage over him. He seems quite attached to this.
Yes.
Yeah, it is quite weathered. It has been through some things. It's,
I'm sure it has.
yeah. A few of the pages are stuck together, you know.
Not gonna think about that.
With blood.
That was a road I didn't need to walk down.
Well, before the next round of combat begins, let's take our mid-session 5-minute break here.
Okay.